Greetings, friends, from the blanket fort. It's Monday. Going horizontal today. Going horizontal and hitting the floor. Hitting the floor because the double stick is not sticking. Doubly good. Watch my finger in your face. This is live, ladies and gentlemen, recorded live. That was me, unaccompanied, on my beautiful Ibanez, made in Indonesia, Geo SG. Look at that. Double cut guitar. Some of us are fond of the double cut. That's me. Oh, my Lord. So I was sitting here. Oh, my legs crossed for the past, 20 minutes. Composing that, or pulling it from the ether, or copying it from somewhere I heard it, from some 1940s jazz record, or whatever, so I could present it to you while I present my life. It's been a while. Going to do a longer one today. What am I doing? So it's June 18th, 2018, in the blanket fort. Halfway through my 2018 year, the question is, if this was the last year I was alive, how would I live it? Flubber. This piece of paper says priority, purpose, priority, the one thing. So, revisiting that book, The One Thing by Gary Keller and another guy. What's the one thing that if you did it, such that you did it, if you did it, it'd be the only thing you have to do and everything else would be unnecessary? Winning the lottery? No, that's wrong. I don't know what the one thing is, although I think the one thing in a strange way for me might be get healthy. Does it make everything else unnecessary? No. I watched a really good little video yesterday on YouTube. It's a fella who suffering from bipolar disorder and made his way to the Golden Gate Bridge, and he jumped off. Immediately after he jumped or released his grip, he's like, well, that was a bad decision. He said on the way on the bus, he was distraught and everything, and he was hoping or waiting for someone to ask him what was wrong, and he was going to be happy to connect and share and spill it. Even on the bridge, he said he was walking back and forth past police officers who were there to keep people from jumping, and I don't know, they didn't pick up the signals from him, and he jumped anyway. He survived, and he's on the road back, It's not like, he loves life, right? But he still has a fearsome disease that he's dealing with. And one of the ways he's dealing with it is watching what he eats and practicing good sleep hygiene. And that's a thing that I could probably benefit from. Because, acting depressed and actually being depressed, the symptoms and the cause and the symptoms and the acting and the being, they can be so close. I could say that I've been a pretty highly functional depressive person for, the last 20 years. But it hasn't entirely worked, right? I'd go to work, do my work, and then come home and sleep. And since I left my job a couple of months ago, I just slept, and then I've been back at work 2 days a week for the past month or so, and that's been pretty good, actually. To go and see the people and all of that stuff. Have I figured out my life yet? No. Do I know what my one thing is? No. What I do a little music and songwriting and stuff. Not so good at it. And some art stuff. I'm a little better at that, visual arts. Anyway, two really good books. The One Thing. So that's the idea of that. Actually, I mean, both of these books. The other one is So Good They Can't Ignore You by Newport. I think that comes from something that Steve Martin said. He said, "Hey man, you should be so good they can't ignore you." And that's how you'll make it in your chosen profession, And but oh yeah, so this is what I thought was so great. He says, that in the passion mindset, the idea is you think, well, what can the world offer me? Like you're looking around to find a thing that you're passionate about. I mean, is it an oversimplification? I don't know. I mean, but it rang true for me because I'm just looking at the world like, what is it? Like, is it out there? And I don't know what I'm passionate about. I know what I like. But the second mindset is the craftsman mindset. And the thing about that is it's you creating and taking responsibility for it. The question is, how can I improve and have something uniquely available to offer the world? So the craftsman mindset is about working, it's about the journey, it's about digging in, doing it every day. Enjoying the inner journey. And then, if you do it, become rare and valuable at something, become really good at something. I mean, really, become good at being yourself. The one thing, if you ask yourself this question, what do you want your life to be about? Oh, so I did try to do some exercise for myself the other day based on this and based on the other stuff and based on just figuring myself out. I asked myself a question. If I had to choose a path in life that was not about me, right? You do these courses and stuff and it's like, hey man, it's not about you. I mean, anyway, I try to ask myself that question. These are the things that came up without trying to force it one way or another. Grow something. / gardening, grow something. Build houses, build stuff, build. Teach. Yeah, teach, I've taught. Civic planning. I'm like, yeah, like I could do that. I could be a civic planning commissioner in the city of Yonkers. Say, no, yes, no, wouldn't that be great? Love that. Crew on a sailboat. I'm still waiting for Sailing Adventure, man. Even a motorized sailing adventure. Because actual sailing is hard. Oh, counselor / listener. I think that I could do that. I think that I could be a good one of those. Psycho person, psycho helper, therapist. But I'm not going back to school for that. Hey, you got problems? Call me. I'm a good listener, but I'm not getting any kind of certification for that. Yeah, so I looked and I'm like, can I hook up service? Mm-hmm. With purpose? Mm-hmm. With, I don't know, work ethic, play, fearless, vulnerable. Someone wrote that. I thought, okay. Oh, yes. Next to service, generosity, being for others. My idea my ideal life would actually to be like my boy here, Peter Gabriel, singing, performing, experiencing my own humanity, creating something. I mean, the problem is music isn't really my skill. It's kind of an interest. I mean, to tell the truth, not in it as competently as a dedicated amateur. So I have to make a revolution. And in one level, at a kind of existential level, I don't care. Like, I don't mind kind of sucking. As long as I can sort of set up the rest of my life so I'm not like just doing stupid stuff with my time. The pursuit of that, the pursuit of digging in, like that. Like sitting there for, like, that's something I don't do. Sitting there trying to figure something out. And that was, I mean, you know, that tone was freaking great. I'm listening to it going, this is wonderful. I'm not about me. It's a guitar, there's an amp. I'm just the guy moving the strings, you know. That's beautiful. And now, and then you feel like, man, I have a what? A possibility, but an obligation, an opportunity to do something with that. I'm very privileged, man, you know, as a person. Note to self, fix switch. Yeah. But what am I doing with it, man? You know? Oh. This might get loud. Stop yourself. You. Ay. Looking outside the fort. Sorry, I'm coming back to you. Don't noodle. People hate that. Amy Nolte said, don't noodle. So, 6 months in, nothing's any clearer. Again, I mean, you know, the thing about someone like my guy, Peter Gabriel, is, you know, he has all those weird and scary songs. But then, you know, he brings it around. There's a moment of healing, connection, closure, reconciliation, exploring the highest highs and lowest lows of what it means to be human, and then coming back from it. It's a thing I'm still working on, giving myself permission to be human. Conclusions, things, I don't know. I'm feeling better. I worked some overnights the other day. Not good. It was okay. But it threw off my schedule, so I got up quite early today. I'm like, I'm going to do some yard work. That's my idea. I might have my second breakfast now. And keep on going. That's what I got. What do you got for me? Yeah, the one thing is like, don't try to be good at everything. Don't try to do everything. Do one thing. You know? get your priorities in order. And if you want to be good at something, just try to do one thing at a time. What else do I got? Yeah, here's the thing, right? Talent versus whatever versus hard work. Hard work trumps talent. Being thorough, working, learning, going deep. All of those things are still ahead of me. I guess that's a journey. That's where I am, Still having to become responsible for my life and my experience and stuff. All right. That's it for today. Thank you for watching and listening. We're all in this together. Those of us who are with me are with me. Johnny out. Did I say it was JohnnyArt in the blanket fort? Who else would it be?